Turkey attempts to restart peace talks. Ukrainian-Russian war in year 3. The war in Ukraine is in its third year, and for the most of the winter, the pursuit of peace talks between the warring countries have largely been idle. The consensus in the fall of 2023 was that the failure of the Ukrainian spring and summer offensives, the Russians would respond with a winter offensive. So peace talks were regarded as likely not possible until Russia strengthened its position in Ukraine during the winter and ahead of the Russian President Vladimir Putin's election in March 2024. The approaching end of winter, the start of the Raputica, and Putin's nearly guaranteed re-election means that there will be a reduction in the tempo of operations in Ukraine and a chance to restart peace talks. President Erdogan of Turkey has taken the first initial steps to restart talks to end the war. As stated above, the peace process to end the Russian-Ukrainian war has been on an unplanned but not unexpected winter hiatus. The only talk of peace are rumors of back-channel talks between Washington, D.C. and Moscow to find a way to end the war, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's non-serious 10-point peace plan that was presented again at Davos before the start of the World Economic Forum. After the presentation by Zelensky, Switzerland agreed to attempt to hold peace talks to end the war sometime in 2024. But since the Russians or a representative of Russian interests were not at Davos, or the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, that both convened in January of the same week, the Swiss desire to host peace talks was more aspirational than factual. President Erdogan started the push for reviving peace talks on February 28th, when he addressed the summit of southeastern European countries in Tirana, Albania, via a video message. Erdogan stated that, quote, despite all our efforts, there has not been enough progress towards establishing peace, end quote. He also stated that, quote, diplomacy and dialogue should be given a chance to end the war, end quote. This stated intent is to seek a lasting peace between the two countries. Turkey was a significant contributor to negotiate the Black Sea Grain Initiative that allowed 33 million tons of Ukrainian grain to be shipped to the world via the Black Sea without fear of Russian attacks. Turkey also played a role in negotiating peace terms about a month into the war, but it was scuttled after pressure from the U.S. and U.K. on Ukraine to not accept the peace terms. Turkey has demonstrated the best track record to get the two sides to talk. Turkey affirmed in principle the goals of the Ukrainian 10-point peace plan and the right of Ukraine to be able to live in peace in its message of February 28th. That was attended by President Zelensky. Turkey this week invited Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov to attend Antalya Diplomacy Forum 2024 in Turkey that has a representative from 110 countries. So unlike the WEF and the OSCE meetings in January, Russia is included in the forum. There is also to be at least a representative from the Ukrainian parliament in attendance. True peace talks cannot take place without representation from either party, and Turkey is willing to be the intermediary between the two sides to try to bring them together. Turkey's success is because it is a unique position to bring peace talks between the two countries. Turkey maintains good relations with both Russia and Ukraine, and is the only NATO country outside of Hungary that has attempted to maintain constructive relations between the two. Turkey, like Hungary, gets accused by EU members of being pro-Russian as a result. It is true that Turkey relies on Russia for cheap energy through discounted oil and gas, as well as the Russian-made nuclear power plants in Turkey. Turkey, on the other hand, unlike Hungary, has a financial interest in the flow of commerce in the Black Sea, as it borders on the Black Sea and it controls the Dardanelles and Bosphorus Straits that are the gateway to and from the Black Sea, which give Turkey leverage as well. This includes Ukrainian commerce that still ships through the Black Sea despite Russia canceling the 2022 grain initiative. Turkey is also not a member of the European Union and is thus not constrained by EU policy positions regarding the war. This allows it a unique position that it can be seen as, quote, an honest broker, end quote, that is not bound by anti-Russian EU policy. So Russia can work with Turkey because it maintains good relations and commerce with Russia, and though it is in NATO and supports Ukraine independence, it is not part of the hostile EU camp. It also has leverage because it controls access to and from the Black Sea. Turkey, like Russia, is both part of Europe and part of Asia, and it has Turkish peoples living in parts of Russia. Turkey and Russia both have cultural connection that dates back to the Byzantine Empire and its fall as well. Unlike European Union and the United States, Turkey is willing to talk directly to both Ukraine and Russia and is not constrained by anti-Russian policy to pursue peace talks. This is the reason why Turkey has had the most success in bringing the two parties together to seek common ground. Turkey, in its pursuit of restarting peace talks, has not only been criticized by the EU member countries, but it also had the United States and EU issue sanctions on 16 of its companies after being accused by the Biden administration of circumventing sanctions against Russia. The risk for Turkey is that the West appears ready to punish Turkey further because of its ties to Russia. So the question is if the West will issue more sanctions against Turkey to derail the peace talks. It is unclear if Turkey can bring about an end to the war in Ukraine. The US, UK, and the European Union at some point will have to be given a role in the peace talks, so Turkey cannot bring an end to the war on its own. What Turkey can do is help define the common issues between the Ukraine and Russia that can be negotiated to bring about an end to the war. This will not be easy issues to negotiate, and Foreign Minister Lavrov stated in Turkey that nothing has fundamentally changed for Russia when it decided to invade, so there are rough negotiations to overcome. What Turkey can do with the two parties is negotiate a ceasefire and reestablish security in the Black Sea, so that the peace talks can proceed without changes in the battlefield affecting the relative position of negotiating points on either side. Turkey is on a fine line between not wanting to antagonize the West, Ukraine, or Russia, so its own interest should keep it being an honest broker to seek a way out of the war, if the West will give it the space to do so. It is telling state of world affairs when Erdogan is the voice of reason, and good for him for making the attempt.